All right, let's go over the arm. So the arm, that is referring to the upper arm, but in anatomy we refer to that as the arm, and the forearm is the forearm. So the muscle of the arm, it's relatively simple. The arm has two compartments, so it's really easy to differentiate muscles, and there is only a few muscles in each compartment. So let's hide the deltoid first. And what we're going to see here, and I'll get rid of the pec major. If you haven't saw the shoulder video that I've done or the back muscle video that I've done, then you can go back and refer to that to break down the muscles of the back and the shoulder girdle. So let's take away all of this. I'll even hide the rotator cuff muscles just to get rid of that. That's teres major. Let's hide the lats. Okay, so we are going to see the muscles of the arm. Subscap, I'll hide that. So there's a couple key things. In the anterior compartment of the arm, we have three big muscles. Let's actually hide some of these muscles. So brachioradialis, hide some of the extensors, just so that we can see more of the attachment points. I will break down all of this in a different video, so we won't do that right now. Let's get rid of some of these flexors. Okay, so now we can kind of see. Actually, I want to see more of the ulna. Okay, hide all of this. Okay, so now you see the radius here. This is your annular ligaments, right? And then you see the radial head in the annular ligament. And this is your ulna, okay? So the key point here is that your biceps, it has two heads, okay? So your biceps, the long head of the bicep is the head that makes up that long head of the biceps tendon that attaches into your glenoid fossa. And that's associated with your slap tears, right? Because of excessive force kind of pulling on the glenoid labrum, and it creates that slap tear, which stands for superior labral anterior to posterior tear. So this is your long head of the biceps. It's not differentiated here. And then the short head of the biceps is the part that attaches or originates from your coracoid process. So those are the two heads of the biceps, your short head and your long head of the biceps brachii. Biceps brachii, again, because you have biceps femoris in the thigh or your hamstrings, right? That's why there's a biceps brachii, brachii just referring to arm, biceps referring to a two-head muscle. So that is your biceps. Let's hide that there. And then what you're going to see here is the other two muscles in the anterior compartment is your coracobrachialis. This does not cross the elbow joint, therefore it does not act on the elbow joint, but it does assist with shoulder flexion and shoulder adduction just based on the line of pull. So it spans from your coracoid process and attaches on your humerus. So that is your coracobrachialis. And then you have your brachialis. So the key point here, what's very important to note, is that your brachialis, that attaches to your ulna. Because of that, this is really termed the workhorse of elbow flexion, meaning that it's not position related. Whatever position your forearm is in, pronated, supinated, it doesn't matter. Your brachialis is always contributing equally. Because again, it doesn't matter on pronation and supination. And to reiterate this, pronation and supination is really your radius rotating over your ulna, right? So pronation and supination will then in turn affect how much your biceps brachii can contribute to elbow flexion. Meaning that when you're in a more supinated position, that is when your biceps brachii can contribute more to elbow flexion. The force and line of pull is lined up where it can contribute a lot. Your biceps brachii is actually a strong supinator muscle. So that is why when we're in a supinated position and you're doing bicep curls with that supinated palm up, that is when your biceps is kicking in and helping out your brachialis the most. Which is again why when you have like a hammer grip position or you have a pronated position, your biceps brachii cannot contribute as much help, which is solely just brachialis, that is why you can't usually curl as much weight in a hammer curl or pronated position. Because again, you have less muscle fibers that are in line with that pull, and your biceps brachii is not helping out as much as it would if you were in a supinated palm up position. So that's kind of the interesting biomechanics of how your muscles in this anterior compartment of your arm works together. So let's hide this brachialis muscle, and then you're seeing we're just right on bone at that point. So let's spin around to the back side of the body, and you can see your triceps. So your triceps, this, I don't think it differentiates it either, but your triceps has 3 heads. This is your long head. So this region is your long head. This is your lateral head, and underneath that is your medial head. Right, so underneath that we have your medial head. So key things here are that your triceps, because they attach to the olecranon process of your ulna, it doesn't matter what position our forearm is in. Meaning supinated or pronated, your triceps are collectively working to extend your elbow. And also it's kind of been known that the lateral head is what is used to produce a lot of force or high velocity elbow extension. The lateral head is thought to contribute a lot to that, but collectively your triceps as a group is the strong elbow extensor. There is no other muscle that is going to extend your elbow either, so that is why there's 3 heads of your tricep muscle to really extend our elbow forcefully and to do all of the functional things that we need to. So that is the upper arm muscles, the 2 compartments, 3 muscles in the anterior compartment being coracobrachialis, biceps brachii, and brachialis, and then your triceps in the posterior compartment. And that is your muscles of the arm.